It's been 3 years since Assassin's Creed turned into an RPG. We played as Bayek, Alexios and Cassandra, and on Valhalla we have Eivor the Viking. So the question most people are asking is, are we getting an exciting new game or just a reskin? I'm Hitman89 and this is my honest review on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Without further ado, we're gonna start with the graphics. This review was shot on PC, an average one, so this is what the game looks like on the highest settings. I hope you like slideshows. And if you're poor, like me, let me show you what Valhalla is gonna look like on your PC. Feel free to let me know when you're done crying. In all seriousness though, the environments are gorgeous and most faces look really good, which is rare in a Ubisoft game. Facial animations and lip sync are still subpar. Plus there are tons of missing animations like when you pick up something, open a door or even a small chest. All I'm saying is, don't expect Red Dead Redemption 2 level animations cause you won't see them on this game. Execution animations, for example, look really good, but some other animations are a little too stiff and rough around the edges. Speaking of things that are rough around the edges, let's talk about performance, because Valhalla runs horrible on PC. Way worse than Odyssey, which in turn ran worse than Origins, and the problem is the low frame rate is unjustified 99% of the time. There's rarely anything on screen that will make you go, damn, this looks insane. I get why it runs like dog shit. So if you're interested in this game and you don't have a beefy PC, get it on next gen consoles if you can, because the PS5 and Series X versions run at 4K 60 FPS with tons of screen tearing, plus it's upscaled and it seems to be a mix of low and medium settings, but at least it'll be way smoother than on the other consoles or on an average PC. Now let's move on to the sound. The soundtrack is epic. It'll make your beard grow way faster, especially if you're a female. The sound effects are also great and very immersive. Now the voice acting usually sucks on most Ubisoft games, but on Valhalla I thought it was pretty good, which is probably why cutscenes aren't too bad this time. So I'm gonna let you listen to the game audio for about 15 seconds and then we'll talk about the gameplay.
Raven scanned the battlefield. Don't forget to write!
Should be working to put a king on that throne.
You're in luck then, for I have found the man already.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla takes place during the Viking invasion of Britain. You play as Eivor, a male or a female Viking who was molested by a wolf when they were a child, and that's why on this game everyone calls you Wolf-Kissed. Okay, that's not true, but let me tell you about the game's pros and cons. Starting with the pros, the Viking theme is interesting in terms of locations, characters, and story. And I'm really happy to tell you that for the very first time in an Assassin's Creed game, we got dismemberment, baby! As an Arab, it really warms my heart to know that I can behead people on this game. In all seriousness though, let's move on to the second good thing. There are way less weapons, which I know sounds like a bad thing, but hear me out. There are more upgrades, and the feeling of finding a new weapon is much better now since you don't get a new weapon every 2 seconds, so you can hold on to your weapons for a while, upgrade them with runes, etc. Which takes me to the third good thing. Your character, settlement, mount, crew, longship, and weapons are customizable. There are tons of customization options to unlock and collect, which is an important thing to have in an RPG. Anyways, the fourth good thing isn't just one thing, actually it's 5 new things in Valhalla. There are now assaults, which are divided in sections, destroying gates, fighting tons of enemies, finding the king or the champion, beating their ass, and taking the castle. With your longboat and your crew, you can raid monasteries to get resources that you can use to upgrade the third new thing, which is your settlement. Growing your settlement allows you to unlock new rewards and side quests. At number 4 we have new stealth options. You can blend in just like in the good old Assassin's Creed days. And last but not least, flighting, playing dice, fishing, and drinking are the mini games that you can play in the world of Valhalla. So on this game you can still choose your approach, which takes me to the bad stuff, because if you choose stealth you're gonna quickly notice that the AI is still bad. Even on the highest stealth difficulty, you're gonna see shit like this. You'll also come across a few bugs, but honestly, gameplay wise, there aren't that many things that I didn't like, except the physics, fire not spreading, corpses literally acting like ragdolls. Anyways, let's get back to the good stuff, cause Valhalla is much more of an Assassin's Creed game than Odyssey and Origins were. I'm sure a lot of you guys would be happy to know that the Hidden Blade is back, and the Order and the Hidden Ones are at the heart of the story. That's gonna be it for the gameplay section. Now, let's move on to the replayability. I know for a fact most people won't start over after finishing Valhalla, but the side quests, additional content and events will most likely make me come back to this game every now and then. Also, by the time everyone finishes it, there will most likely be a New Game Plus update for those of you who are interested, but for that, the game would have to be fun enough to keep you interested until the end. Which takes me to the fun factor. The first 10 to 15 hours were really exciting and extremely fun, but the excitement slowly decreased when I realized that at a certain point there would be just more of the same. Don't get me wrong though, I didn't get bored. There's always something to do, the world is huge and it's far from being empty, which makes exploration fun. Now let's discuss the value for money, because the game is gonna cost you $60 and you're gonna need at least 60 hours to finish it, and that's without counting all the side quests and extra stuff you can do. So if you need a game to keep you busy for a very long time, Valhalla's got what you need. If you haven't played Origins and Odyssey and you're into the whole Viking universe, then you're gonna love Valhalla. Now if you spend tons of hours on the last two games, then Valhalla is gonna feel like a big DLC, a standalone, a reskin that would get boring after a few hours. Honestly, if Assassin's Creed Valhalla was the first RPG of the series and all this stuff was new to me, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10 because it would have been really exciting and a much needed breath of fresh air. But you and I both know that, sadly, that's not the case. The game is really good though, so I'ma give it an 8. Ubisoft should learn from Rockstar. Take their time, develop their games for at least 4 years, and release something insane instead of releasing a new game every year that is way too similar to the last one. And that's gonna be it for my honest review on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I hope you found it useful. Leave a like if you did. Special thanks to Ubisoft for providing me with the review code and therefore allowing me to bring you guys this video a day before the game comes out. Don't forget to check out my other videos. I make game reviews and top 10 videos that will hopefully help you find some good games to play. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. It's been Hitman89. See you guys very soon.
Girls doing lines like a barcode, black and white keys moving bass by the carload. Everything I push is fucking dope. Marco!